Well, welcome back to this edition of Attorneys on Call. We've been talking about a particular drug called Lipitor that is supposed to decrease your bad cholesterol. And it's been diagnosed in a lot of women around the country that what they're looking at is a potential link between the use of Lipitor and middle-aged women developing type 2 diabetes. So Whitney Butcher from Whitley Law Firm, tell me again now, what is the potential problem here? What is the real issue at hand that we're talking about?
Well, a 2012 study showed a very significant increase in women taking Lipitor, postmenopausal women taking Lipitor and developing type 2 diabetes after they have started taking the statin Lipitor. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle-affecting drug. It can have major ramifications for the individual's life, and we are seeing that this link may be between Lipitor and the diagnosis. So
Lipitor was prescribed by the doctor because this is a statin that will effectively help with your bad cholesterol, and this study is looking at a potential link between that drug Lipitor and postmenopausal women developing type 2 diabetes.
Right. Pfizer is the manufacturer of Lipitor. There are a number of statins on the market, but we are only currently investigating claims where an individual was taking Lipitor, the brand-named medication Lipitor.
Ben, it was interesting to note that through the FDA that Pfizer was forced to change the labeling of the drug, but as you pointed out in the last segment, it's in medical jargon that most people wouldn't even understand, but still they're meeting the qualifications now by changing that.
Sure. I mean, and we think about drug labels, you think of what they call the black box, which is that very first part of the label is the one that everybody sees,
right.
And it really is designed in that area to warn of very serious complications. I think that type 2 diabetes is a serious complication.
You would think.
That's a serious lifestyle disease, and they've warned of the potential risk way down in section 5.3. You have to flip several pages, and it's down there, and it's listed in medical jargon. It doesn't even say type 2 diabetes. So the claims that we're investigating along with co-counsel that we've identified are being in the leadership of this type of litigation that are involved in what's called multi-district litigation. We've identified them as the best partners to help our folks here in North Carolina to bring these claims. Because when you bring claims against Pfizer, that's a very big company, and they have a right to defend that claim. We think that the science shows that there is that link based on these studies. So if women out there or family members think that they may have a claim, the best way to find out is just to give us a call, is to call on the 1-800 number that's on the screen, or you can go to our website, which will be on the screen shortly. We'll have a page devoted to these Lipitor claims where you can research and get some more information, find out what you need to know if you have a claim, and then you could either email us or give us a call, and we'll be glad to walk you through the process.
Okay.
And that's a free evaluation to find out whether or not you may have a claim.
And I think it's worth to reiterate that these are not claims against your medical professional.
Right. No,
right?
These are claims against Pfizer, the manufacturer of this medication, Lipitor, for failing to adequately warn doctors and patients about the potential risk of developing type 2 diabetes, and also for promoting Lipitor as a safe and effective drug when they may have had knowledge or should have known about this potential link.
And how much money we're talking billions, right, that this Lipitor has produced in revenue?
Cumulative sales of Lipitor have exceeded $130 billion. This is a medication that's been around for a number of years and has been very successful and has been proven successful at lowering cholesterol levels in men. We haven't necessarily seen that same efficacy for women. And in fact are seeing this link between type 2 diabetes and the medication.
And the studies that were done were not gender specific?
Correct. But a 2012 study of 150,000 postmenopausal women was specific to women and showed that 48% increase in type 2 diabetes for women, and the 86% increase for women who were of a low body mass index or of a normal healthy weight range.
Okay.
And Drew, one thing I would add is that we don't want to alarm anybody. If you're out there and this drug is widely prescribed,
absolutely,
there's a lot of folks using it, and I would discuss any potential concern that you have with your medical professional. If there's something that you heard on the show today that is caused you alarm, or you think that you've got a health issue, the most important thing first is to talk to your healthcare professional,
right,
before you make that call to us. But we're here today to give free advice about it. You can call the 800 number at any time, and we can go through these possible claims.
One thing that we've talked about is that you will see frequently commercials on television, no matter where you look, for low T or low testosterone, or as they shorten it, for low T. But there has been also a lot of studies done, or a potential link with men that are taking prescription or taking these drugs for low T, developing heart attack and stroke, right?
Right. The Finkel study that was released earlier this year showed an increased risk of heart attack, stroke, other cardiovascular event in men age 65 and older, and an even higher increased risk of these cardiovascular events for younger men.
Okay.
So we are certainly also investigating low T or testosterone therapy cases.
As you know, I mean, your doctor will tell you, he's told me, as you age, you lose testosterone. It's part of the natural aging process.
Right.
And yet still, you see these commercials out there all the time. Hey, do you have low T? Well, blah, 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 blah. And then, it could be dangerous.
Absolutely. I mean, androgel is the most popular prescribed low T medication, and low T does a lot of low T medications or testosterone replacement therapy does a lot of good for men who have the medical issue that is causing them to have low testosterone.
Right.
But very few men are actually have that true diagnosis.
That true medical need.
The 2%.
Okay.
And that is what those drugs were approved for by the FDA.
Right.
But they were so very popular in being, again, pushed by the pharmaceutical companies and television advertisements. I think they had some former football players, and they came up with slogans, tee it up. I mean, all sorts of things to push and essentially increase the prescriptions to people that may not necessarily need them. Okay, so that was a big problem. And then the science and the studies have caught up, suggesting that there's an increased risk, as Whitney said, in the heart attacks or strokes.
Right. And so I've seen the ads where, do you not have enough energy, guys? You want more energy? Those types of things. So, which happens as you age. But they're pushing these. So if a man out there is watching this, he might be 55, 60 years old, he's maybe having some issues, or if he, let's say, did have a heart attack and has still survived and is doing okay, but there could be a possibility that he could have a claim.
Absolutely. Heart attack, stroke, or cardiovascular event after having been on one of these testosterone therapy medications, which includes patches, gels, and injections, I would encourage them to give us a call, and we'd be more than happy to talk with them or meet with them.
These are sensitive issues for men. They're sensitive issues, for everyone. But knowing that they will have a confidential conversation and with you in person, correct?
That's correct.
Because this is something that I want to talk to you about face to face.
Right, and I believe that anything serious, any serious legal issue, you should be able to meet with a lawyer face to face. You should be able to sit in their office, or they should be in your home talking to you face to face. Because I know in any of these types of drug claims or medical device claims, folks see television advertisements all the time for lawyers and law firms that they have never heard of. That may be from New York City or LA or Texas, places that these have no connection with, and they've seen these television commercials for lawyers, but it's all done over the telephone. Right. They're not ever going to meet with that lawyer. With our firm, you're going to meet with one of us, and we're going to either meet with you in one of our offices, which are across the state, from the mountains to the coast, as you said, or if it's more convenient, we'll come to your office or your home to discuss it.
And we're going to have to leave it at that because we're out of time. But thank you so much for watching. This has been Attorneys on Call. Go to whitleylawfirm.com. Have a great night, everybody.